Well, hello, thank you for coming to join me this morning. So I have never really done readings so early in the morning, but I believe in having the breath of God on your mouth in the morning, and that's when you get a lot of the downloads. And I sometimes, most of the time, I don't get to record those things, but I have so much given to me very early in the morning while I'm still in the bed. And I was like, sometimes I'll be like, I wish I could just have cameras all around my house. I have cameras in some areas, but not like in certain areas where I could capture my thoughts. I wish I could do that, because sometimes I do actually speak loud, because you do need to speak to yourself, because you have the Spirit of God within you, and that's how you speak to God. So I remember growing up when people would say, if you talk to yourself, or when you talk to yourself, you're crazy. No, you're not crazy, honey. You're actually doing yourself a favor, because when you do that, you actually speak your truth. And especially if you're going to be speaking your real your real truth to yourself, especially if you're doing the work, right, and you are tackling those difficult conversations within you, and you're being honest with yourself. I mean, if you can't be honest with yourself, who are you going to be honest with, right? So early in the morning, I woke up and I was thinking about the divine feminine this morning, and I was just like, you know what, before I start working, I am going to read for the divine feminine, because I was just getting so many messages, very good thoughts, awesome, amazing energy, where I feel like the divine feminine is ready to just move forward and stop dwelling on the divine masculine so much. It's been so difficult to detach, right? It's been so difficult to let go. It is difficult to let go, because you know what you know, right? You know what you know. You're awake. You have light. You have knowledge. You have spirit backing you up. But then, so I had started, just for the fun of it, I was pulling these cards before I actually started an actual reading, and I have confusion and confused. This card, I made this myself. They're not even like cute or anything. They're just index cards that I wrote with a pen. And this card kept coming out confusing. I put it in the middle of the card. I shuffle, confusing, confused. So we may have a divine feminine here who is probably looking at a divine masculine, and they are probably in confusion, in the sense that they are worried if this is their divine masculine, if it's not. Is it their twin flame? Is it not? So it can get like that sometimes, and sometimes it's because we are focused on the divine masculine so much that we are forgetting about ourselves. Do not be deceived, because that's what the devil or evil or the devil energy wants you to think. That negative part of you, that dark part of you, that shadow self, that part of you that is not your authentic self, is the part that wants to deceive you and say, and keep you in confusion, so you're not focusing on yourself no more. But I also do see that the divine feminine is going back again to being themselves. It says that door is closed. Keep it closed. Keep the door closed. Whatever the divine masculine is doing, let him be. Let him work on him. Let spirit do his work on him. You cannot control what the divine masculine is doing. If you get in your feelings, that is not going to change things, except it's going to change you and push you back, or rather pull you back to a place where you don't want to be, a place of depression, a place of worry, a place of anxiety, right? We have commitment over here. Two things. Either the divine masculine is in another commitment right now. Let him be. It is meant to be. Nothing is a mistake. He has not made a mistake. Spirit knows what he is doing. If that's truly your divine masculine, what belongs to you shall be yours. You need to be still and know that he is God. Second thing, commitment. Commit to yourself. Commit to love yourself. Commit to you one more time and completely and fully. And I looked at myself this morning and I was like, I know that I have done everything to work on myself, but there is one thing that I've been struggling with. But I say to myself, you know what? Spirit told me this one day, this week actually, and he said, okay, you say you love yourself, but when you don't want to face your emotions, you run to this one thing, the one thing that keeps you down, the one thing that stops you from doing other things, right? So do you really, really, really completely love yourself? Or you are actually loving this self more than you are loving yourself? You really have to think. So that really changed my perspective. And I was like, you know what? I've done everything that I can, but this one thing has really kind of, it gets me. And it's not even like it's a flow. Well, it is a flow, I guess, because I do run to it, and I deny myself for a moment, right, for that thing. So we all have struggles. We all have something that we are working on. So you do say, oh, I love myself, but do you really, really love yourself? What is the one thing that you still have to work on, Divine Feminine? What is it that you are struggling with? Are you struggling with eating addiction, drinking addiction, sex addiction, drug addiction, pornography? You know, I don't know, I wasn't going to say stealing, but stealing, yeah, because I did not know that was an addiction too, but it can be an addiction. It is an addiction, as a matter of fact. And I discovered that in 2019, listening to some stories. I was like, oh, wow, that is crazy, because people were like, yeah, I cannot stop. I'm like, wow. So trust me, every place you go to, there are people that are teaching you things as you grow. Don't think just because people are talking, they're talking nonsense. You got to listen. You have to listen, because what somebody is going through is going to teach you something you did not know. We meet everybody for a reason, even if it's just for a short period of time. You catch up in Uber, you have a conversation, you get one or two things. You met that person to teach you something. If you truly look at that person authentically, they have something that they are teaching you, right? So I have a card, I love you, here. So I love you is talking about you, Divine Feminine, telling yourself I love you. And I don't know how many people have done this or do this, but look in the mirror and tell yourself I love you. Say your name, I love you. You may cry when you start doing this, and especially if you're just beginning your spiritual journey, you are probably going to cry, because you're going to see how much you did not understand what really loving yourself means. Look at yourself in the eyes, in the mirror, and tell you, I love you, and mean it. I love you. I truly love you. So and so, I love you. Right? And then stop being wasteful. This is the other card I have here. Stop being wasteful. So that's the sixth and final card. So stop being wasteful. What are you wasting? What are you wasting, Divine Feminine? Are you wasting time? Are you wasting time focusing on things that don't matter, things that don't serve you? Are you wasting time focusing so much on the Divine Masculine that you don't have time for yourself as a Divine Feminine? Are you wasting resources that could grow you to be your best self? You have potential, but are you wasting those potentials and opportunities? Are you wasting ideas that Spirit is giving you and you're not pursuing what it is that you need to pursue? Are you wasting your knowledge and not giving it to others? Are you wasting this wisdom that Spirit is giving you day and night? Are you hiding under a bushel? You are the light. So if you're hiding under the bushel, you're not glorifying spirit. You're not glorifying what you have been given. You have this gift that not too many people have been chosen to be given. That's how we spread love. So this morning I wanted to talk about loving ourselves first, then we're able to love one another, because you cannot give what you don't have, right? Love yourself so much that you overflow and you're able to share. Don't be deceived. Again, with a deception card here, don't be deceived, because the devil is seeking whom he may devour day and night. He doesn't stop, right? He doesn't stop, because the devil is the opposite of God, or rather even like he goes side by side with God, trying to make you look bad, trying to put you off balance in your God energy. He is there accusing you of things, guilt tripping you, confusing you, deceiving you, giving you things that you think you want, when as a matter of fact those things lead to destruction, right? So you really have to love yourself to the point where you can decipher and discern and understand that what comes from God is just that. And it's a gift, and you will see it. I feel like crying, and you'll be grateful. You'll be grateful every single day, no matter how small or big. Just the attitude of gratitude is also another form of love, and that outpours more and more for you. Having that gratitude and loving yourself, respecting, because once you have those things, self-respect comes along with it, because once you understand that you are important, that you matter, that you are love, you are light, and then you're able to extend that to others. And even if they reject you, it's not going to be as difficult as it was when you did not love yourself, because when you did not love yourself, that stuff hurt. Now you may say, oh no, that's narcissism. No, that's got nothing to do with that, because the type, when even a narcissist can be healed, and I will talk about that because I am very passionate about that. I have another channel that I was doing stuff on, and I'm going to expand that, and I'm going to share with you that that channel, because I'm going to restart that channel about narcissism. You cannot sit there and tell me that things are impossible with God, because that's what people say when they say a narcissist cannot be changed. A narcissist can be changed, but it's not up to us. We have the grace of God. We are forgiven. A narcissist is just a person that was stuck in a certain age because something happened in that age. And so they deal with things the way they dealt with things in that age. So if, say, for example, they were abandoned at 11 years old, so in their adult life, they go back to that age and they manipulate and they try not to be abandoned and they protect themselves. But in that moment, they are so much in the devil energy that you cannot believe that this person is doing what they're doing. But we have a graceful God, we have a merciful God, and we have a forgiving God. So if we talk about karma, and if karmic debt has been paid, why can't a narcissist change? The karma is not forever. That's not up to us. That's just people judging people, right? That's being in the negative energy, in the devil energy, that we feel like other people cannot change. Maybe the person you need to change is yourself, right? You can always love people from a distance. Nobody's asking you to mix up with those people. Nobody is asking you to meet up and live and stay and entertain those people. You can always love people from a distance. There is no need for you to bash them and put them down, because that is not love. That is not a higher energy. That is not higher love. When we talk about things of spirit, we're talking about the unconditional love, the higher love, the real love, the true love, the unconditional love. That's what the divines do. That's what the divine masculine does. That's what the divine feminine does. But we have to go there. we're not automatically born with it. Some people can, depending on the karma they had in their previous lifetimes, but most of us have to work towards that same energy, because again, we are born in different families and different people who have their own karmas, and we have to work through those, and we're placed in these places, or we choose to be, in these families when we're born, and then we have to work through our karmas, and then we meet people that put us in the place for our next phase of our journey, and another karmic debt is paid, and so on and so forth, until you then discover who you really are and your purpose, and then you come to the real light, you're awake, and then you go through other tests, and then you come to being the divine feminine, because now you're really true, your true self, your authentic self, your genuine self. You love yourself, you know what love is, you know what purpose you have, you know what the mission is, you know what light really looks like, you know what the truth is, and you are unapologetically you, right? So I talked a lot, I'm sorry guys. All right, Spirit, what you got for the divine feminines this morning? Let's go. All right, let's see. Pay attention to the red flags, religious factors in the upside down. Give your relationship a chance. Free yourself in the upside down. Reconciliation. Stay optimistic in the upside down. Flirt. This could be the one. Chemistry. And very soon. And trust at the bottom. All right, so we have pay attention to the red flags. I don't want to talk too much about these cards because I've already gone in 17 minutes. I did not think I was going to be this long. Okay, so pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. We have religious factors in the reverse. Give your relationship a chance. Free yourself and reconciliation. Okay, so at the top, what I'm already picking up is the red flags that they're talking about anything that is swaying you from truly believing your authentic self. And part of us when we're standing in our power in the divine energy, we sometimes feel guilty, like, am I in the right path? Even like in the Bible, there were people that were doubters. We had doubting Thomas, right? The one that was trying to walk to Jesus and almost drowning and stuff. So even in life, sometimes we sit around and think, okay, am I delusional? Am I in a fantasy land? What is this for real? And then, but it doesn't take away from your truth. Don't get me wrong. But then some days when the devil does creep in, he wants to put doubt in you, because that's negative devil energy right there. He wants to put you in confusion, and he is saying, give that another chance. Oh, give that another chance, and do this and do that. Listen, do what you need to do in this very moment for you. Be free by yourself. No one is holding you back. So to fight and say, oh, I gotta free myself, well, you've been free. You've always been free. But you're fighting something that doesn't even need to be fought. Be still and know that He is God. That's why we have free yourself in the reverse like that. No one is holding you back. You looking at other people is your own energy. If no one has said anything to you, why are you busy sitting there thinking such and such is trying to stop me? Oh, they're hating. Yeah, we pick up on energy, but sometimes again, that could be the devil just deceiving you. That person is probably standing in love, but because you are filled with this negative emotion by yourself, you think another person is trying to stop you. Right? Reconciliation, reconcile within yourself, reconcile with yourself, divine feminine. You are enough, you matter, you are important. I see you. See yourself. See yourself in love with whom you are, who you've been, and whom you'll always be. You are love, right? It says stay optimistic about your love life. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you, if you're in your true authentic self? Because it looks like maybe you are starting to give up on love, right? Don't give up. This card is in the reverse because you're probably starting to think negatively about love. Stay in your power. Love will come. Things that you want will come. Things that you've prayed for will come. And they are still coming. They are coming in other ways that you are probably not seeing. If we learn the attitude of gratitude, we will see every little thing that is coming to us, even in the small things, right? Us waking up this morning, that in itself deserves gratitude. Flirt with yourself. Go in the mirror. You might, some people are gonna think, okay, this is crazy, but I am telling you, love yourself so much. Go to the mirror, tell yourself, I love you. You are funny, you are amazing, you are one. You will see what that does for you. You will look, there will be no need to be defensive about anything. Even if people criticize you, you know who you are. Even if people judge you, you are not going to be frazzled. You are going to stand in your power and just love that person from afar and be like, you know what? I still love you, but I'm going to keep you over there. Because over here, we're full of love and light, right? This could be the one. Yes, you are the one. You don't have to search for anybody outside of you to say they are the one. No, you are the one. Okay? You are the one. You have chemistry within you that needs to be balanced. Balance yourself. Your chemistry within yourself is the chemistry you'll be able to give on the outside, but it first starts within you. That's why chemistry is over here. Work within you, for you, in this moment. Everything else will follow, right? Very soon. Decide clearly what you want so that it comes to you now. Didn't I just say that? I just said it. Work within yourself. Everything outside of you that you need, that you require, will come, will follow, right? Okay. Let's see what else I can get for you, Divine Feminine. This was just a ad hoc, random Divine Feminine reading. I thought of you, my loves. You are amazing. You are amazing. Okay. All right, Spirit, what else can you tell me this morning for the Divine Feminine so we can wrap this up? Thank you. That just fell out. Ace a test. Beginning something quick. All right. So maybe some of you having an examination this morning, a test. Maybe you're writing, you're studying something. You are, yeah, some people are in college, maybe. We have probably people writing examinations, end of year examinations, coming to the end of a semester. So you're gonna ace that test, honey, okay? And something good is coming. It could be a job even, and it could be even a test in your life, and you're still gonna pass that. You're gonna pass it with flying colors. We have common sense here. Use your common sense. All right. And then we have a work affair. Somebody may be having a work affair. Divine Feminine. Older versus younger. So sickness, take care of yourself. It's getting cold if you're in a cold region of the world, and there's change and transformation. Okay. And we have feeling here. So somebody may be feeling sick. Maybe somebody has a cold. Take care of yourself. and check on others, you know, your friends, family, and make sure that they're doing okay as the weather changes. There are seasonal colds and flus that go around, and then we have, you know, the media trying to put fear in people with all these new variants of COVID and stuff. It's up to you what you want to believe with that. But again, we have common sense here. Just use your common sense and take care of yourself and do what needs to be done. Then we have change or transformation here. So, you know, again, you know, our transformation as divine beings, and as spiritual beings having a human experience, we are going to be changing. We are changing, even if, as we, like I was saying, like sometimes we feel like we're almost there. We're not going to be perfect until we're really perfect and back to true light. And but oh, we have a card under commitment. What card is that? I'm just curious. I didn't even see that. Long term. Okay, so maybe a long-term commitment is coming here. So, excuse me. So, you know, so commit to that transformation, because that came at the moment where I was talking about transformation. So commit and transform for the long run, right? For the long run, be committed to the long-term result. You cannot just change for a period of time and then give up on yourself. It's time to move forward. I think for us divine feminines, we have come a long way. We have suffered enough. It's not suffering as in a negative thing, but we have accomplished the trials that we have that we had to. Our karma has been paid. It's time for us to really move forward and to truly be in our authentic selves. Don't let the devil deceive you to going back to the little things that you know are your weaknesses, right? Go back to that mirror. Tell yourself I love you. Look at yourself in the mirror. Continue to tell yourself every single day I love you. And even if when it's hard, you go to the bathroom, when you're washing your hands, look in the mirror and tell yourself I love you every single time. That will become a habit, and that will be instilled in your brain. If you did not love yourself, or if you were told certain things by certain people that you're not worthy, that you're not good enough, trust me, that will reprogram your mind, and eventually you will genuinely actually start to love yourself and see your worth. You will not be taking nonsense from just anybody, and you'll be able to differentiate a genuine person from a deceiver when they come in and out of your lives, okay? And you'll be able to discern things that you that are worth your time, and able to choose your battles, right? All right, Spirit, let's see what else can you give me for the divine feminine this morning. What advice can you give us this morning, Spirit? Or tell me anything that's going on with the divine feminine. Just give me what you want to give me. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, right. So remember, we have decide clearly what it is that you want. You are not standing in this Two of Swords energy. You are not indecisive. You're not at a crossroads. You know exactly what you want. Even if it means cutting off communication with people. We have Eight of Wands here, Eight of Spears. So even if it means closing off, you know, certain communication, whether it's for good or it's temporary, whatever it is, you need to focus on yourself right now. This combination reminds me of I was just thinking of the Hermit. It reminds me of the Hermit mode, because you're not stuck, but you want to go solo. You don't have to be talking to nobody at this point, in terms of, you know, maybe someone that you were thinking of, or it could be the divine masculine. Maybe you're trying to hear from the divine masculine. Right now, you're not in that energy. It doesn't even concern you what it is that they're doing. And we have the Fool here, so there is a new beginning, some kind of transformation happening, right? You have patience. You are going to be patient. You are moving on, and you're moving along with the Chariot here. We have the Fool, the Temperance, and the Chariot. These are great cards. The beginning of patience and moving on, right? Knight of Swords, yeah, moving along. The Hierophant, Wheel of Fortune. Thank you, Spirit, because you have the Fool, and then below there we have Wheel of Fortune. This tells me that the wheels are turning. We're moving now. We are moving along. We're not looking at the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine is not here yet. The Divine Masculine is still in his karmic energy. As you can see, the Hierophant here is in the reverse. He's still in his karmic energy, so he is still in the karmic situation. He is committed in the karmic situation right now. He needs to learn whatever it is he needs to learn, and when it's time, Divine is going to intervene and is going to turn that wheel, right? You need to start moving on your own, being patient with yourself, not focusing on the Divine Masculine, but focusing on yourself. Let him come when he is ready. He is moving in the right direction, but he is going the opposite way for now. Let him stay there, okay? You don't need to be fighting anything outside of you, and that includes especially the Divine Masculine. All right, we're going on 31 minutes, guys. Seven of Spears, like I just said, you don't need to be fighting these battles. That's Seven of Wands. You don't need to be defending yourself or defending him. He doesn't need that backup. You have to focus on you. He is doing what he is supposed to be doing, and he is probably standing up for this karmic connection. He is probably fighting for this commitment that he has with the karmic, but you cannot stand there trying to communicate with him, trying to make him feel like he has to choose. He doesn't need to choose you right now. You need to keep moving with the Chariot, right? Six of Coins. He doesn't need to give you anything. He doesn't need to give you a communication. He doesn't owe you anything. The Divine Masculine does not need to give you anything. He does not owe you nothing. I am sorry, I don't pacify my readings, but I'm just gonna tell it like it is, and let's just be truthful, right? Because sometimes we feel like, okay, I'm the divine masculine, I'm the divine feminine, blah blah blah, and you feel like the other person has to pay attention to you, they have to come to you. It's not the right time. We have the Wheel of Fortune here at the center of this spread. Wheel of Fortune, that's God's timing, God's intervention. He knows what he is doing. Sometimes we want to take the wheel and like, give me back the wheel. No, if you say, here is my will, I trust you, I know that you will give me what I need in the time that is assigned to me, then you leave the will where it's at, right? The will and the wheel. Get it? The wheel that you drive, the wheel that can be turned, this, and the will that we have within us. Some of us have surrendered our wills, W-I-L-L, to Spirit, because we see that we do better when he has our will. And so we let the guidance of Spirit lead our footsteps. Most Divine Feminines understand what I'm saying, if you're a true Divine Feminine. But if you're still in your ego, you will want to drive and control this will, right? And so you will. Queen of Cups. There you go. You have the cup. You have your cup in front of you, but you're just not, your hands are still clenched in focus within, right? In prayer, in meditation, in healing, in self-love, in focus, but you have it right in front of you. It's just not time for you to stretch out your hand and actually receive it, but stay within and be the true Divine Feminine that you are. Be able to control your emotions, be able to control who you truly are, and love yourself, right? Be in your power authentically and emotionally and be stronger in your emotions, and reconcile with that feminine energy. Take care of yourself spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, and trust me, that cup is full of good things. All right, you're not so you're probably in your good emotion state wise, you're good with the Queen of Cups, but we have the Queen of Coins here, so maybe your money is not yet where it's supposed to be with the Queen of Coins here in the reverse. So that could be something that you're probably working on. Remember what we're talking about. Stop being wasteful, right? Stop being wasteful. Maybe there is an area in your life that you're being wasteful, and we just don't, I'm not talking about just, you know, maybe say for example wasting money, overspending. Maybe that could be too, but there are other ways of being wasteful, not just wasting material things, but we're also talking about just, you know, you see how in the upright she has this coin in her hand. She cherishes every little thing. That coin is just one thing, right? So but it represents a lot of things, tangible and intangible, and it's on her lap. She is grateful for it. She is thankful for it, and she is mature about it. So maybe in our energy there is stuff that we're not as grateful. Something wants to come up, but it's there, it's stuck. It's an energy of, I'm picking up on something. Somebody's trying to give me something. Being a good recipient or a good I forgot. I can't think of the word, but it's right there. But it just means being a good recipient of what you've been given, right? So for example, let's say you're looking for, I have a perfect example. Let's say you've been struggling for a while, and you know, Spirit gives you like 3 interviews. You have a great job that you really want, and then you have like 2 mediocre jobs, and maybe one like that doesn't really pay just as well, right? And you have 4 job interviews. So gratitude shows, if you go to all these 4 interviews and you perform just as good, the same way, the job that pays minimum wage, the 2 mediocre jobs, and 1 best job that you want, from the minimum wage job to the very job that you want, with a person that has gratitude, they're gonna perform exactly the same way. They're going to be just as professional. They're going to, you know, be grateful for all the 4 interviews. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? I'm not just saying, you know, just do whatever with this other one. Don't even show up. Like, if you don't even show up even to the minimum wage one, you don't know. Maybe that's a stepping stone for you to get to where you need to go. So now if you don't even show up, and then you don't get the 3 because you are not grateful for the small thing, then guess what? You have just missed out on a big opportunity, because you were looking at this big shiny thing that was just there as a representative of abundance that's coming in. You should just be grateful for everything, big and small, right? And just be grateful. That's it. All right, so we have 8 of Cups here. So that's walking away from things that no longer serve us. and standing in your truth and going to where you need to go. Divine feminine, you ain't gotta worry about what people say, this and that and the other. It's time to really be your true authentic self and stop fighting battles that are not yours. Stop fighting, you know, things that don't matter and wasting a lot of time and energy in little things. Honor yourself. Honor yourself. Even this pentacle here can be talking about self. It's talking about holding yourself and being accountable. Be accountable for the things that you do, and be responsible for every little thing that you're given, even responsibility that you're given, right? And honor yourself first before you can even try to do anything else, because that's where integrity comes in. And if you're a person of integrity, it's because you have learned responsibility. All right, Divine Feminine, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was a good reading. And let's continue to grow. And I want to tell you something: you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are important, and I love you so much. I love you, love you, love you, and I love you hard. All right, you have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe, and I will continue to post, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I post more videos or when I become live. I love you guys. Have a good day.